Hi, it's Lucy O'Brien here, and welcome to IGN Live 2016. I am here with Herman Holst from Guerrilla Games. Herman, welcome.
Thank you so much.
And we are, of course, going to be talking everything Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's right.
Now, Herman, let's check out the stage demo that we saw at Sony's conference yesterday. It was a fantastic demo.
Thank you.
Very impressive. I actually think it was probably the most robust demo of the entire show.
Yay! Win!
So talk to me about what we're seeing here, really. Talk to me about these creatures that we're seeing in this world.
Yeah, so this is Aloy. She's our heroine, and she was an outcast at birth. So we're actually playing the story of her uncovering her origins in this game. So here the demo starts, and she's leaving. It's actually a quest. It's part of the game. So this is the actual game that you're looking at, and she is now leaving the edge of the sort of the embrace, the initial area in the game when she passes this watchtower. Now, it's a seamless open world, so you look at it, you can go anywhere. You can go to the snow-capped mountaintops, you can go into the rivers, into the jungles. It is a game that's fully open. So Aloy's on her way here to, she heard about this problem. There's a village that's under attack by corrupted machines. So not just aggressive machines, but corrupted ones, which means they go mad.
So how are they corrupted? What does that make?
Let's have a look.
How are they different from aggressive machines?
That's actually one of the mysteries that you will be unraveling playing this.
Right.
She is actually looking at one of the machines here, and the machines in Horizon Zero Dawn, it's an ecosystem of machines that collaborate different roles. Every machine has its own specific task. This particular machine here, the Shell Walker, carries essentially loot for her. They operate typically in 4 to 8 specimen here, and she is getting some loot that she feels, and she's actually under attack now because these things are pretty vicious. They've got that shield to hold her off against their ammo. She's taking the loot that she's probably going to need to craft something. It's an RPG, she'll be looting and crafting, that's part of the core loop. And she was able to evacuate here. Now you see there's small animals in this world as well as there are machines. So she's taken a little bit of time here now to open up the map, and she's going to craft some explosive traps that she intuitively feels are going to come in handy. So she's on her way now towards this village.
How deep does her inventory go? I mean, how much, when you're talking about crafting, how deep can you go with that?
It's pretty deep in the sense that everything you pick up you can craft, but there's also an economy system where you visit a trader, you buy, there's that whole economy loop as well. So here she just saw a corrupted machine that she took care of, and she's kind of rescuing this tribesman who warns her of what just happened in that settlement that was under attack. And you see in the dialogue, the interactive dialogue is another key part of the RPG elements. You get to explore her first and foremost. She's not really, she's not into the tribal myth and legend so much. She's very down to earth as a character. She's very practical. She says here she doesn't believe in demons, and obviously in the world of Horizon, people believe that it's a world of goddesses, and she's down to earth. She's got practical solutions for everything. So she's on her way now. He evacuates, and she is she's going to find out that the world is so big. She's going to need to find herself a mount in order to be able to cover some proper ground. Otherwise, she'd get there too late.
So I'm very interested in this idea of being able to tame certain animals. I mean, is that what you call them in Horizon Zero Dawn?
We call them machines.
You call them machines, but they have animalistic sort of tendencies.
There are two kinds. Some of the machines, most of them, at least the ones that Aloy is familiar with, they're very animalistic. But a corruptor is an old world machine, and this here is a broadhead. She's capturing this one with her ropecaster. She's going to try and override it, so she can, and that's an old world technology. She's going to override it to use it as a mount. She can also override it to get it to fight alongside her. So she's got special little techniques that set her apart from the other people in this universe, which is great. So she was able to get away from these rather vicious watchers that you actually see walking around here at E3, which are pretty amazing.
And how does the player know which machines can be overridden and which ones can't be?
So she's got this device behind her here.
Yeah.
And she uses that piece of old world technology and she gets technical information about the enemies. She finds out what are their weak points, their strong points, and that's called the focus. So she uses that and that actually gives you that information.
Now I just saw her riding past almost sort of dinosaur-looking machines. Now can they be interacted with at all, or I mean, would you want to interact with them because they're very striking looking, and I feel like you wouldn't want to mess with them.
The Tolmecs are, let's put it this way, I like it that you want to interact with them, and we'll talk about what we're going to do later, but they are a pretty key element of this game. So that is the Corruptor. That is in the distance there. So she's taken that's one of her strikes here. It's a one strike kill, a silent strike. You see this machine here, that doesn't look like a particular animal, but it's got that yellow thing on top and it strikes venom arrows against other machines to make them go mad.
That was close.
So she's going to take, and she's used her focus to find out that its weakness is dealing with fire. It overheats easily, so that's why she's firing these fire arrows at it. She also crafted this mine here, this explosive mine, which clearly downs it easily. So she was thinking ahead when she did that. Now you see the different attacks on it. It's got the venom arrows. It's got that tail that is, well, it's close combat, but it's kind of a long-reaching close combat. And then its signature attack, actually two of them, is that big jump onto you. But it also uses the environment to throw rocks at the player, which is pretty vicious. Now she's actually using her mount in this combat. She whistled at it a couple times. It came back, and now she's got the upper hand when it comes to speed, because that machine is faster than Aloy is.
Talk to me a little bit about her arsenal. What has she got at her disposal to take down these creatures?
So right now she got herself, she got her standard bow. She just got herself a more precision bow as well. She also has a slingshot right now. She's got the close combat spear. We are building up Aloy as we are progressing, because it's an RPG. I believe she's like a level 12 character here now. You are unlocking things as you go, and you are filling the different slots, the different ammo. And she's using her ropecaster here to tie down a complicated machine here. One of the most difficult attacks for her to be able to handle was that jump attack. So she's tying it down, and in the stage demo at the Sony press conference, she actually said, "Try jumping now," right? She's holding it down.
Oh, and then she downed it. So yeah, I mean, I've thought throughout watching the Horizon Zero Dawn footage that it actually looks quite challenging. It actually, like, I mean, and I think that's really interesting. It actually looks like it's quite difficult, and it gives us a sense that these machines are wild, and I think that's really wonderful and interesting.
We certainly want the game to be competitive for advanced players, but we'll also make sure that we're going to have it easily accessible for players that want to play it for the story and maybe are more casual. So we'll look after them as well.
So tell me a little bit about the story. You know, it can be as broad as you like. Obviously, Aloy.
Yeah, Aloy.
Aloy. You know, there's something going on in this world, and she needs to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
And it's this theme of corruption.
Right.
So tell me a little bit more about that.
So the world, it's what we call a post-apocalyptic world. We are about 1,000 years on from a major cataclysm, and life as we know it, a little bit into the future, let's say 50 years from now, has been wiped out. There are some remnants of society as we know it, but the dominant life form now are the machines. And she is actually on a path to figure out what her personal origins are, but that puts her on a collision course with the bigger theme of unraveling the mysteries of this exact world. Where did the machines come from? How did the world come to be this way? And that in a nutshell is the story of Aloy and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Herman, just quickly before we leave, now you guys are obviously known for the Killzone series.
Absolutely.
Have you been which you've been working on for a long time,
Yeah.
have you been wanting to make this game for a long time?
You know what, we loved working on Killzone, and we're actually standing on the shoulders of making Killzone, but working on this now, the amount of freedom in the world and the amount of newness to the team is just fantastic. So it's a breath of fresh air to the studio. And it's not something that we wanted to do early on, but it's been 5 years working on it, so it's been a while. And we love it.
Fantastic. It looks great. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Lucy O'Brien. Keep it locked into IGN for everything Horizon Zero Dawn.